Just for video keeping purposes, I wanted to see the date so I can see which video is which on the tile. But I will be starting my video back there. So give me a second. Oh, there's a cat. Thank you. Okay, so this will be the official start of my class, coming in and sitting down. So welcome class. My name is Natasha and I will be teaching you a flow today. We'll be walking through a couple steps. This is my cat Romeo. He might be joining us for little bits and pieces or the whole thing, whatever he is feeling up to today. And I encourage you to do the same, any pose or posture that you would like to take, follow along. If you're not feeling like it and you just kind of want to lay down in child's pose for the whole time, you're more than welcome to. If you just want to watch the cat, that's also allowed. So to begin, please take a seated position. Anything that's comfortable, you can do cross legs out in front of you. Always keeping a cross legs position. And we'll bring our hands to our knees. And we'll start with a couple breaths. And if you're ready, feel free to close your eyes down. If you're not, that's okay too. My eyes are going to stay open with you all. And here's Romeo. So to start, take a big inhale. And exhale, sigh it all out. Another inhale. Breathing in through the belly, then the chest, and sucking in that last breath of air. Exhale, sighing it all out, pressing out with the belly, chest. Deep inhale. And exhale, sighing it out. And allow those thoughts that you have, anything about the day, any to-do list, to melt away. Because the only place you have to be right now is right here in this present moment. And you are just doing yoga for the next 60 minutes with me. You don't have anything else to worry about. There's nothing else that you can do. So free your mind of all those restraints that you place on ourselves every day. And we're going to flow. When you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes back up. We'll get started with a couple stretches. So to start, we'll do a seated twist. So taking a deep inhale, bring your palms up above your head to touch. And as you exhale, turn to your left, placing your right arm in front and your left arm behind. And breathe here. For every breath in, feel your chest expand. And for every breath out, sink a little bit deeper into this twist. If you can, send your gaze over your left shoulder behind you. And continue to breathe. And if you could twist a little bit more every time you breathe, maybe sink those fingers a little bit farther behind you and deepen that twist. But if this is good for you, then it's good for me. On your next inhale, lift both palms and return to neutral position. Palms touch the center. Exhale, switch sides. Left palm in front, right arm behind you. Twisting on the other side. Send your gaze over your right shoulder. And again, every time you inhale, expand through the chest. And for every exhale, deepen the twist. On your next inhale, return to center, bring your palms up to touch above your head. Exhale, placing the palms down by your side. arm stretch. So inhale your right arm across your chest, grab with the left arm, and feel the pull in your right arm. And if you'd like, we'll stretch out the wrists as well, rotating them to one side, circling them. And when you're ready, we'll switch directions. Good. Now place both hands back on the mat, switch arms. Left arm's going to cross the chest, right arm will catch it. And again, stretching out the wrists, we'll circle them in one direction. And when you're ready, we'll go in the opposite direction. If you're my cat, this is a great time for a pet. Perfect. Once that's done, meet me in a tabletop position. So uncross those legs, swing them underneath. Now in tabletop, you'll generally have your wrists under your shoulders, palms face down, and your knees will be in line with your hips. Moving into cat-cow, we'll inhale, the belly drops, the gaze lifts. Exhale to cat, tucking the tailbone in, arching the back, pushing the ground away. Cow, inhaling, letting the stomach drop, the gaze goes up. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. And for the next few breaths, flow through this on your own, following your breath. You can also use this time to move your hips front back, side to side, whichever way you feel needs to be moved. Once that's done, we'll meet in a neutral tabletop. So flat back, hands planted firmly underneath of our shoulders. And for this, we're going to take the left leg back into a stretch. See if I can get better on the camera. So extend the left leg behind you. The foot will land. There it is. And you'll just lean into that, pulsing forward and back. So for every inhale, we'll go forward. Exhale, you'll go back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Feel free to move through this to your own breath, and then we'll meet back in a bit. On your next inhale, go ahead and bring the left foot back to meet the right. Send the right foot back. And we'll repeat. So inhaling forward, exhaling back. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Flow through this with your own breath. And make sure you're keeping your fingers spread wide to help carry the weight. On your next inhale, bring the right foot in to meet the left. Next, we'll take a few pulses with the left leg, so bringing the left knee up at an angle and down. Up, down. Inhaling your leg up, exhaling back down. Last time, up and down. Switching to the right side, you guys can stay where you are. Taking that right leg up, down, up, down, up, down. Good. Once that's done, we're going to move to a seated position. Hands behind your back, palms and fingertips facing away, and we'll do windshield wiper. So dropping either legs to the left. Inhale, both legs back to center. Exhale, sending both legs to the right. Inhaling to center. Exhaling to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Flow through this on your own. If you want your knees to go all the way down, they can go all the way down. If you prefer they didn't, they don't have to. So this is just to get our hips open and ready for our practice. Inhale, return the legs to center, and we'll meet in a standing position. So we're up, we're going to go into our first sun salutation, so facing the top of your mat. Inhale, palms up to touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Palms land on the mat, feet step backwards to a high plank. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, lowering down. Untuck the toes. Inhale, push up to cobra. Exhale, lowering back down. Tucking the toes again, pushing back, lifting the hips up to downward dog. And with this being our first down dog, go ahead and pedal the feet out, taking any movements you need to get ready. You might shake your head yes, shake your head no, to start getting your neck muscles ready. And for this one, keep those fingers pressed wide and push away from the mat. And tuck your shoulders away from your ears. Good. On your next inhale, make your way to the top of the mat, feet stepping forward to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, palms rise to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do this again. So inhaling, arms up, palms touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands on the mat, step back down to a high plank. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, lowering all the way down, maybe hovering. Then dropping all the way, untucking those toes. And inhale, pushing up to a cobra. And here, I want you to follow your breath. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, back up to cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, back up to cobra. Exhale, lowering down. Tuck your toes. Send your hips up to the sky and push away to your downward dog. Exhale, stepping those toes forward to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands touch to the top of your mat, palms touch. Again, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Palms meet the mat, feet step backwards into a high plank. Shifting forward, inhale, exhale, lowering down. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale, lowering down. Inhaling up. Pause here. Exhale, low down. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lower. Tuck your toes. Push into the mat and send your hips to the sky for a downward dog. Inhale and exhale your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale slowly all the way up to the top of your mat. Palms up to touch. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step the feet back to a high plank. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lifting. Tuck your toes. And exhale, lift back up to a downward dog. We'll take our left foot out to a three-legged dog. Feel free to bend the knee, rotate it in circles as you need to open the hip up. In the other direction. Inhale, straighten your leg back out, and exhale. Bring your foot between your hands. Drop your right knee for a low lunge. Untuck those toes. And here, we're going to just take a second. Your palms can either be up on cupcake hands, press firmly down. But the goal here is to keep the chest open and to stretch out this left leg. So we'll keep this position for a second. Inhaling, feeling your chest expand as you inhale. Exhaling, feeling yourself sinking deeper into the stretch. From here, as you exhale, straighten the left knee and sink your hips back. Flex those left toes for half splits. Inhale, come back forward to the low lunge. Exhale, sinking back down. Inhale, the lunge. Continue doing this to your own breath. Exhaling to sit back, flexing those toes. Inhaling to the top. When you're at your low lunge again, tuck the toes on your right foot. Return to a high runner's lunge. Take your left foot back to meet your right foot. Back into a high plank position. And walk those feet up, sending the hips up for a downward dog. Stretch out a little bit here, taking a couple breaths. And pedaling the feet out. Any movements that you feel are necessary. On your next inhale, take a breath. Exhale, step those feet forward to meet the palms. And slowly rise up to the top of the mat. Head should be the last thing to rise. Open those shoulders up, open your chest up. We'll repeat this on the other side. So inhale, arms up. Palms touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Palms meet the mat, step it back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lowering down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale, lowering, tucking the toes. Inhaling, sending hips back to downward dog. This time we will do the right leg. So right leg goes up to three-legged dog. Again, bend the knee, circling out the hip joint. Other direction. For the next breath, I want you to inhale. Straighten the leg. Exhale. Send the leg forward through your palms. We're in high lunge again, so drop that left knee. Untuck the toes. Now we're in low runner's lunge, and we're going to repeat, so breathe here. Feeling how your chest expands with every inhale and sinking deeper into that stretch with every exhale. And you can gaze forward, gaze down, whichever feels most comfortable for you. It might be somewhere in between. On your next inhale, prepare to shift. So exhale, straightening that right knee, sending the hips back. And if you can, flex the right foot back as you're in this position. And here we'll take a couple breaths. And feel free to keep a light bend in your right knee. And we don't want anything to lock out. And you can rotate that foot back and forth to feel the shifts in your muscles as that happens. All right. On the next inhale, we're gonna shift forward to a low lunge. So inhale, shifting forward, bending that knee. Exhale, back to half splits. Inhale, up to a lunge. Now you can take this to your own breathing, or you can follow mine. Inhaling and exhaling. So inhaling up to a low lunge. Exhaling back to half splits. Inhaling, low lunge. Exhaling, half splits. Inhaling, low lunge. We're coming out, tuck those left toes. Press up into a high runner's lunge. Taking that right foot back to meet the left. And stepping up to a downward dog position. Again, stretch out, move those hips side to side. Whatever you need, pedaling out those feet, bending those knees. Maybe on the tips of your toes, maybe on your heels, whichever you prefer. On your next inhale, bend the knees and crouch down as much as you can. And jump or step to the top of your mat. Straighten your legs out, inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, fold. And inhaling very slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way up to standing. Good. So inhale, arms all the way up to touch. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower, palms touch. Hands go back. Inhale, lift forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale down, tuck the toes, and inhale back to down dog. Inhaling the left leg up to three-legged dog. Exhaling, stepping that foot forward. So this time we're going to stay in high lunge. But if you would like to keep a low lunge, you're more than welcome to. This is just a second round of the stretch, but it should be a little bit deeper. So either staying at low lunge or high lunge are acceptable. So from here, we'll do the same similar type of thing. So we're breathing, feeling the chest open and expand. And as we exhale, we're gonna push up to pyramid pose. You might need to bring your back foot in just a little bit. Exhale and inhale. Now feel free to flow through this with your own breathing, moving forward with your inhale and back to pyramid with your exhale. And this should be a slower movement, just matching exactly how you would breathe. On your next pyramid pose, step your left foot back to meet your right foot into a downward dog. Stretching out, inhaling, bending the knees into a crouching position. And exhale, jump, hop, or step forward to meet your pan. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise up, hands meet at the top, palms touch. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Plant the palms, step the feet back. Inhale, hovering forward. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, up to cobra. Exhale, lowering down. Tuck the toes. Planting the palms. Send your hips back to downward dog. And this time lift the right foot to three-legged dog. And exhale, sending the foot forward between the palms. So again, you can stay in high lunge or you can stay in low lunge here. If we're staying in high lunge, you can follow me. We'll be inhaling, feeling that chest expand, the legs lengthen. Exhale, down to pyramid, straightening that right leg. You can step that back foot in just a little bit. And here we'll just flow with our breath. Inhaling, high lunge. Exhaling, pyramid. And just note how your muscles are moving. Because you might feel it in your legs, the tension and the stretching that's going on. When you're in your pyramid pose, send your right leg back to meet your left for a downward dog. Crouching, bending those knees, and hop, step, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhaling up, halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart. And go ahead and release your palms to the side, roll those shoulders back, and breathe. Good. So from here, we will take a chair pose. So sit down to your chair, arms up. And we can stay here. You can give yourself a hug, whatever feels comfortable. Make sure you can see your toes. Your knees shouldn't be able to cover them, and your tailbone should be tucked underneath of you. And here we're just going to breathe. And for every inhale, feel yourself lift ever so slightly, and as you exhale, sink lower into that stretch. And forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly rising all the way up. Inhale those palms up to touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step the feet back for a high lunge. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, lowering down. Untuck the toes. Inhale, pushing up to cobra. Exhale, lowering down, tucking the toes. Down dog. Inhale, lifting the left leg up. Three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left leg through to meet the palms. Inhale, lifting your upper body up to a crescent lunge. And here we're going to sit and hang and breathe here. So your right heel should be up off the ground. The toes should be sinking into the mat. And again, every time here, we're going to breathe in and lengthen, and exhale, sinking deeper into that stretch. And from here, bring in your right foot a couple inches, just to get a good stance. For the camera's sake, I'm shifting forwards. And on your next inhale, reach up. Exhale, drop the arms, and start to lean forward, warrior three, lifting the right leg off your mat, flexing the toes, and lean forward. So you can fly, you can hold hands to heart, but both feet should be flexed. You can gaze down or just above the nose. And we'll hold this for a bit, focusing on your drishti, any spot that's unmoving. Exhale, gently lowering that right leg back down, crescent lunge. Exhale your palms down to the mat. Inhale, stepping that left foot back to meet the right. Exhale, lowering down to the floor, inhaling up to cobra. Exhale, lowering back down, tucking the toes, and pushing back up to down dog. Step forward, meeting the palms, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands up to touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Palms touch the mat. Feet step back for a high lunge. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, going down dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, bring the right leg forward between the palms. Inhale, lifting the body up. Crescent lunge. And again, we're gonna hang out here. Breathing. Make sure you keep the shoulders dropped away from your ears. And the palms should be facing each other. And for every inhale, feel yourself lift up ever so slightly, and exhale, sinking deeper into that stretch. When you're ready, exhale those arms down, step the back foot in a couple inches. And for camera purposes, there we go. Now inhale, leaning into the right foot, putting all the weight in the right foot. Leaning up, lifting the back leg off, and leaning forward. Flexing the left toes, sending the arms back to fly, or to heart center. Make sure to find your drishti point, an unmoving point in front of you to help you with your balance. Inhale, carefully lowering your back leg. Arms go up, back to crescent lunge. Exhale your arms down to the mat. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Lowering down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, tucking the toes, downward dog. Inhale, crouching low. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, slowly rise up to the top. Hands touch at the top. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palms touch. Feet go back to high plank. Exhale, lower them all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, going back down. Inhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, sending the left leg through. Inhale, rising up to half crescent lunge. Inhale, bringing that right foot in a little bit, leaning forward, weight should go in the left leg. 2, warrior 3. Inhale, tilting back up, don't let your foot touch. Lifting that right knee into the chest. You can stay here, you can straighten. Holding here. Hands to heart center. And breathe. Make sure you keep your shoulders away from your ears, down and back. Find your drishti point. Focus on your breathing. Make sure it's controlled. If you'd like, you can take your extended right leg or bent knee to the right. Inhale your knee back to center. Exhale, sending the right knee back, bending forward, crescent lunge. Exhale, lower your hands to the mat. Step the left foot back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lowering. Tucking the toes, downward dog. Inhale, crouching down. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhaling, slowly rising. Palms touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Palms meet the floor. Step it back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lowering. Untuck the toes. Inhale, up to cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tuck the toes. Downward dog. Inhale, the right leg up. Exhale, step the right leg forward to a high lunge. Inhale, rising up into a crescent lunge. Exhale. And inhale, shift that back leg forward just a bit, lowering those arms and lean forward, putting the right weight on your right leg. Into warrior 3. And again, find your drishti point. Flex both toes. And breathe. Feel how steady you can be. Inhaling, sending the arms back if they weren't already. Bringing the left foot into the chest. You can tap it along the way if you need to. But we'll bring the left leg up, left knee up. And hands to heart center. Another balancing act, flexing those left toes. Ooh, you might wiggle, you might fall, that's okay. And breathe deeply. You're ready for more of a challenge. Take the left knee or leg and move it out. And you can keep your right hand at center. Both hands to heart center, hand on the hip, whichever works for you. Again, find your drishti point and breathe to balance. Clear your mind of anything that might be hanging out. On your next exhale, bring the knee to center. Inhale, hands to heart center, exhale. Sending that left leg back, arms go above your head. Oops, for a crescent lunge. Exhale, palms down to meet the mat. Send that right foot back to the left. High lunge. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale, lowering down. Tucking the toes, sending them back to a downward dog. Inhale, crouch the legs. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising all the way up to the top slowly. Palms touch. Exhale, forward fold. And we'll take a second to hang. Rocking side to side. Letting your head fall. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Release the hands. Step back to a high plank. Exhale, lowering down. Untuck the toes. Inhale, pushing up to cobra. Exhale, lowering down. Tuck those toes. Push to downward dog. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, stepping it forward. Inhale to crescent lunge. Exhale to warrior three. My mat is not steady. Inhaling, bringing that knee up. Exhale, take the knee out. Inhale the knee back to center. And exhale, take the leg back behind you. Tucking the knee close to the back. Grabbing with your right hand if you can. Inhale your left hand up. I'm going to step back. TV is there. So, your left arm's up. You've got your right arm, your right leg together. Slowly tilt ever so slightly forward. Exhale, push your foot into your right leg. And entering dancer. Find your drishti point. Keep your chest high. Your eyes looking over your nose. And balance and breathe. Inhaling, lengthening, and exhale, kicking harder into that hand. Alright, slowly return to the top. Let go of the leg. Shake that left leg out, shake the right leg out. And we'll start again. Inhaling, arms all the way up, touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Hands meet the mat. Feet step back. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, lower. Tuck those toes. Push back to downward dog. Inhale, that right leg up to three-legged dog. Exhale, sending it through to meet the palms. Inhale up to crescent lunge. Exhale, lifting that leg up to warrior three. Inhale, bringing that knee to the front. Exhale, pushing the knee out to the left. Hold. Hands to heart center. Exhale, bringing that knee back to center. Inhale, opening the arms up. Your left leg grabs your left foot. Your right arm goes up. Inhale, shift ever so slightly forward. And kick back into that left hand. Your body will tilt a little bit, but you want your chest to stay up. Find your drishti and breathe. And we'll stay here for a couple breaths. Every breath in, get a little higher. Every breath out, sink a little deeper into that stretch. Kick a little bit harder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, let go of that left leg. Roll that right foot out and the left. Good job. Inhale, hands back to top. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palms down to the mat. Step back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower. Untuck the toes. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale, lowering back down. Tuck the toes. Down dog. Inhale the left leg up. take the right knee to the left, take the left knee to the left elbow and ankle to the right wrist and lower down to pigeon. Now that we're here, inhale, opening the chest up, gazing towards the sky. We'll sit here for a few breaths, inhaling, opening the chest, and exhaling, sinking a little bit deeper into that stretch. If you'd like, you can lower down onto your forearms and take a few breaths here. Same idea. Inhaling, opening the chest, exhaling, sinking a little bit deeper. If you'd like to enter into sleeping position, you can take your forearms out in front of you like a pillow and lay your head down on top of them. And we'll take a couple breaths here, moving at your own pace, sending your breath into your back body where it can expand and expelling it out. When you're ready, on your next inhale, go ahead and rise back up. Just send that left foot back to meet the right. And back down to child's pose. So you can take your knees wide or you can keep them in close, whichever you prefer. And lean forward, your forehead resting on the mat, your arms coming far forward as they can. Feel how your breath moves through your body during these points. Where is it going? Is it expanding into your lungs and your back? Is it staying towards your chest? Really feel what's happening and what's going on inside your body. Go ahead and rise back up into a downward dog position. You can take a chaturanga if you like, not necessary. Pedal the feet out here. You can step the feet wider or closer in, whichever feels more comfortable. Inhale the right leg up to downward dog. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Right knee to left wrist and lower back down to a pigeon's pose. So we'll stay high here for a few breaths. Inhaling, pushing into that mat. Opening the chest up. And exhaling, sinking deeper into that stretch. Ready, you can shift down to your forearms or you can stay up top. Same concept, breathing in, filling your chest. Maybe some of the breath goes to your back body. Maybe in the space created on your left. Just notice where your breath is going and how that feels. If you're ready to take your arms lower, you can go into sleeping pigeon, placing forearms in front of you and resting your head on them. And again, making sure to take note of where your breath is moving. Are you taking deep breaths? Is it moving into your back? Do you feel the pressure that your breath brings to you as you breathe in against your leg? Just take note of what's going on, how that breath moves in, how it feels when you let the breath leave. Do you feel more relaxed? Do you feel more aware of what's going on? When you're ready, you can press back up to pigeon, taking that right leg back to meet your left, opening your knees wide and sending your hips back for child's pose. Forehead comes to the mat and the arms reach out long. There's also the option to keep your knees closed and lay your arms down beside you with your palms facing up. When you're ready to come out of this stretch, we're going to meet in a tabletop. And we'll rotate back and forth between the child's and tabletop, moving your hips left and right, maybe in a circle. Circling the opposite direction. Exhaling as you come down, inhaling as you come to the top. From here, we'll meet in a seated position. Knees bent, feet touching, arms out in front of you, and exhale, slowly lowering vertebrae by vertebrae. Now take palms and plant them face down into the mat. Bring the toes close together. They should be about hips width apart. Bring the arms in close. Moving into bridge pose. You're going to lift the hips, pressing up to the sky, and hold. Noticing how your breath feels here. Slowly lower down, tucking the pelvis in as you lower, so it's the last thing to touch. Take a deep inhale, exhale, inhale, lifting the hips. And you can take those shoulders in close to each other so you can get more of a lift. Spread the feet wider if that helps. But push up with the hips to the sky. You can go just an inch higher. See if you can. And hold. Don't forget to breathe here. Noticing the sensation of breath while you're in this position. Tuck your pelvis and slowly lower back to the ground. Putting the legs straight up into the air. Adjusting. Wiggling out those ankles. And lowering those feet back down. For a supine twist, we'll slowly lower the legs to the left. Take the palms out to a T and let your legs fall. If you can gaze towards your right side. And take a few breaths here. When you're ready, bring your gaze back to center. Inhale your legs back to the top. Exhale your legs to the right. And looking over your left shoulder. And try to keep both shoulders on the mat here. If you need to, bend into the left elbow to press that left shoulder down. Returning your gaze back to center. Inhale, lifting those knees back up. Center yourself again. Send the legs and arms out long for a big stretch. And take whatever final movement that your body will need. Or be moving into Shavasana, your final resting position. Ready, get comfortable. If you lying down, you could be seated upright, whichever works for you. So this is your time to clear your mind. Thank yourself for being here today. You made it through another yoga class, one that was all about you, one where you got to clear your thoughts of everything. Taking a deep breath in, letting your body fill, exhaling it back out. The rest of the time is yours, but I will let you know when it's time to leave, and you're welcome to stay as long as you need. start waking your senses up, coming back. Wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, maybe rolling the ankles, your wrists. Maybe moving knees, bending elbows, fluttering your eyes back open. And coming back to the present. Roll over on your left side, using an arm for a pillow. And feel free to come up to seated pose, comfortable seat. Romeo has returned to greet all of you and give his final goodbyes. So thank you for coming to class with us today, and thank yourselves for making time for you and doing something that you needed today. So hands to heart center if you'd like to join in a final breath. Inhaling, exhaling, sighing it out. Thank you guys. I'll be here for any questions. Romeo's here for any pets that you would like to offer. He loves them. But have a good rest of your day. Thanks for joining me.